Welcome to Category 5 Technology TV, episode 561.
You had to think about it because last week was weird.
That's right.
Because we had no power. So
I almost did 560.
was,
yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
But welcome to the show. Jeff, you've got a cool device you're going to be showing off tonight.
I do, yes. Yes, I do. Oh, the number just messed me up. Yeah, no, it's a great device. Can't wait to show you. It's going to be good. And also, we're going to be hearing, but another device that's going to help with hearing.
I love Jabees, and they've brought out a new hearing apparatus that doubles not just as Bluetooth stereo headphones, but an amazing hearing apparatus.
Oh, yeah.
You got to see this. Stick around.
This is Category 5 Technology TV.
Our live recordings are trusted only to solid-state drives by Kingston Technology. Revive your computer with improved performance and reliability over traditional hard drives with Kingston SSDs.
Category 5 TV streams live with Telestream Wirecast and Nimble Streamer. Tune in every week on Roku, Kodi, Plex, and other HLS video players. For local showtimes, visit category5.tv.
Category5.tv is a member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. cat5.tv/TPN. And the International Association of Internet Broadcasters, cat5.tv/IAIB.
Well, hello and welcome to the show. I'm Robbie.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Sasha.
And you're you.
How you been?
I feel like that's like, was
Romper
Room? Yeah.
Yes.
I see Rev D Jank and Agamotto. Albuquerque Turkey. Oh, there's Garby.
Orange Man.
Yeah. Oh, wow. We could do a whole show.
On and on.
There's the whole show. We're just
And I see you too.
Yeah. It's nice to have you here. So thankful to have you here. Now, we have had quite a couple of weeks. Last week,
my gosh, yes.
Last week was basically the closest we've ever come to not having a show, which we technically didn't have a show.
We didn't have a full, complete, proper show.
It wasn't our doing. We were here.
We were here.
Jeff didn't come in because Jeff knew that there was a problem, and he's on his phone going, okay, is the power back yet? Do I need to make the trip? And finally we said, nah, don't even come. There's no power. There was no electricity for the entire afternoon into the middle of the night.
It was wild.
For half of our city for no apparent reason. Like, I never even heard what happened.
Well, that's the funny thing. I mean, if you watch the, 10-minute video from last week? Between my clip and yours and Sasha, something like that. It's about 10 minutes.
We had to do something.
Yeah. But if you look at the clip, I mean, I'm in my backyard, and there's no power because of this crazy storm.
Oh, yeah.
And I show the sky, and it's blue sky.
Yeah, well, Sasha and I were in because it was pitch black in here, because we have our windows all boarded up. So we went out into the foyer, and it was like blindingly bright sun.
I know.
At one point, and I edited it out, but I actually turned the camera around to show everybody what it looked like outside, and the camera was like white with brightness.
But it couldn't handle it.
Yeah. It was a beautiful powerless day.
So
that's what we were up against last week. And, so we've been here for 561 weeks.
Yeah.
Faithfully, every single week. And last week was the first time in all that time where we couldn't actually provide a show just because there was no electricity. Our UPSs became depleted. Like, we've got a really big honking UPS, but we've got a lot of equipment here. And and viewers like Michael are suggesting, hey, why don't you get like camping power and stuff like that so that you can power a laptop and a camera and do a show that way. But the fact is, like, there's a lot of equipment here to do the show.
Right.
Oh,
and our video sources are 4K, and what that means is that you have to have a very powerful computer to process it. Yeah. And not to mention, you've also got to have a 4K input, which I don't know of any laptop that has that. Maybe a USB 3 device, but it'd probably be like $3,000 or $4,000 for one.
Yep.
So it's not possible. But that's the first time we've not had power, so I'm not overly concerned. But the one thing that I am concerned with, because it happens too often, is our internet.
Yes.
Our internet. During a live show on a regular week where internet is doing well, viewers who are watching live know that sometimes the show will drop once, twice, sometimes on a really rough night, 3 times.
Right.
and then nights like this when we're recording where the internet is completely down.
Non-existent.
So you notice we have no laptops in front of us because there's no purpose in that.
Exactly.
Sasha does have her phone, and so she's communicating with the chat room live that are here to watch live, but unfortunately not going to see this until it's available on demand.
You know what you should do, Sasha? Just
Yes.
start messing with them in the chat room and be like, oh my goodness, you missed the biggest announcement ever in show's history.
Oh,
Whoa,
no.
you guys.
Then they'll be sitting there going, I gotta wait for a top
She's going to do this, and you guys are going to see this in like the
No.
reverse order.
That's right.
So it's like time travel for you.
That's right.
So I finally, now why is this? It's because we're using cellular internet here at the studio.
Yeah.
We have to do that. We have to use some form of wireless because up until just a few months ago, there were no other options.
That's right.
We're in an industrial area of Barrie, Ontario, and unfortunately none of the ISPs have brought their cabling up our way. So we're just kind of in a pocket where there's no high-speed internet. So, but we're right in town. It's
Right.
ridiculous.
It's so weird.
It's
so weird.
Last I checked, it's 1993. So you'd think that we would be able to get 10 over 10 or something like that.
Right.
But, so they did bring in fiber, but it's like, because it's brand new, they're trying to offset their costs. Installation is very expensive. You've got to go on a 3-year contract, and it's very expensive per month. Not an option for us as a bunch of volunteers doing a show that we offer you for free.
Right.
So I got a different ISP on the line. And I said, like, what can you guys do to help us? It's still a wireless solution because that's really all that we can do here, other than the new fiber that's ridiculously expensive. There happens to be an ISP here in town who has a tower up the road from us.
Oh.
They have bought the fiber connection.
No way.
They have a fiber connection at their tower. They're willing to put an antenna on their tower and beam a link to our roof.
Oh my goodness.
And they'll do that. They'll install it for us for $250 Canadian, and they will give us unlimited bandwidth, and they'll do it for, they're working out the numbers, but they'll do it for between $100 and $200 a month.
That's amazing.
It's incredible. That's way less than we're paying right now, and it's going to be faster, more reliable. It's still wireless, so I know that it's still susceptible technically to dropouts here and there and everything, but it's not LTE. It's not cellular. It's line of sight.
Wow.
Like not air fiber, but it's one of those kinds of things.
Yeah.
That it's a line of sight point-to-point connection. So with that, it could be a much better solution for us.
Excellent.
And then hopefully we won't have this happen. So I want to go forward with that. What we need to do as a community, I mentioned that we're volunteers. I mentioned that we do this and we do it for free. If you're watching this on cable TV, you're used to that. You're used to turning on your cable TV and there are shows and you're just channel flipping, and not a lot of them ask for money, and it's freely available when you tune to that channel.
Right.
But what we do is a little different because we are a volunteer group that broadcast, pay the bills based on viewer contributions, and it's not like a public broadcasting channel or anything like that, but what we do for free, and we give it away for free, so we need to have some form of revenue in order to offset those costs. So that's where Patreon comes in. We've got things like the links on our website that help us when you shop through Amazon and everything. But I'd really love to see more of our viewers like you, come together and say, like, I really love what Category 5 is doing, what New Every Day is doing on Category 5, all the other things that we're doing and that we're providing, family-friendly, clean content. You never have to worry about it. Hopefully showing you some great fun stuff as well, and having fun together. Can we get some more folks to take that on and say, I want to be a patron? It only costs, like, you can do it for $1 a month. That's it. So, you know, $1 a month, what can that do? But think about so we get 12,000 views a week.
Right.
Could you imagine if like that's far out there, but what if half of those people paid $1 a month? Like, just think about that for a second.
It would be super helpful. I mean, we'd be able to really provide, like, over the top.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. If we had that kind of support coming from the community, we would have our bills paid on the first of the month for the following month. We'd have better internet. We'd be able to look at things like the fiber internet and things like that. But we'd be able to do more and do better. And, you know, any complaints that I ever really get are like, why don't you guys use wireless mics? And, well, that's another $500.
That's right.
We don't need to go that route. So maybe you would like to take us on, it can be $1 a month. Some people are giving $20 a month and saying, you know, I really want to back this thing up. And that's fantastic because that gives us a better, you know, bigger boost per person. But if you want to be just one of those people that says, hey, I want to be one of those half of the viewership that wants to give $1 a month and support what these guys do, we would greatly appreciate that. And I would love to come back to you in 2 weeks and say, we did it.
Yeah.
You know, wouldn't that be amazing? So please help us get there. Go to cat5.tv/Patreon, and the link is below. All right, so enough begging for your money.
Right. But on
I hate it too, folks. I hate it too.
But on the topic of free stuff, we have been giving away copies of Dead Effect VR for free. You don't have to buy it.
Right.
But you got to do something for us.
Yes.
A handstand.
That's it?
No.
Do they really have to do a
No,
handstand?
they don't have to do a
Is that in the contract?
I feel like I didn't have to do. Okay,
sorry.
What do they got to do, Sasha?
They have to email contest@category5.tv. That's all you have to do, really.
That's it?
Well, you have to, in that email, tell us who you are.
We'd like to know.
Where you're watching from, how you're watching. Let us know you.
We have a winner.
Oh, we do have
This
a
week
winner.
we have a winner, William Burlingham.
Hey! Good job, William.
Are you ready, Will? Here we go.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here's
Okay.
Will's ballot that he has cast.
All right.
I am an 82-year-old retired programmer.
No way!
How's Your Heart? Dead Effect 2 is a frightening game.
It's amazing.
Yes!
Maybe we should just hold off right there.
No.
Okay, you think you can handle it?
Yes.
Okay, William. I got my first programming job in the 1960s. Wow, how things have changed since then. After a stint at being a high school physics and math teacher. Cool. I now live in Huntsville, Alabama, where I work for a large U.S. government contractor. And after being retired for 20 years, I've started to relearn my electronics and coding skills with small single board computers, SBCs, Arduino type microcontrollers.
Right.
Some of the things that we're showing here on Category 5
All the
TV. Raspberry Pis, Pine 64s,
Right.
the
Odroid.
XU4
Yeah.
from Odroid. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. We love it. That's a great way to relearn, man. I love it. I'm in the process of converting my Raspberry Pi 2 network-attached storage device over to Open Media Vault on a Rock 64 SBC. Woohoo! So we're going from ARM64 to the Rock 64. That can be a little bit of work for sure. Cool stuff. He says the time-consuming effort of this conversion is actually taking my 18 terabytes of disk drive space from NTFS to ext4. And he says I'm also a Linux noob.
Okay. You're reading all this and I'm going, that all sounds great
Yeah.
if you're, 20 to 40. He's 82? That's amazing.
I'm proud of you, man.
Like,
I am
well
so proud of you.
done. My in-laws contact me to figure out how to do the remote control for the TV.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong, but they are not 82.
Sure.
So, well done, William.
And he got a golf clap. Sasha,
Yes.
what kind of TV do you have that concerns you about burning in an image on the screen? The only screens, this is William speaking.
Yes.
The only screens that have the problem that I know of are the old CRTs, the deep ones.
Yeah.
Plasmas.
Okay.
Those are the big honking heavy ones with the bit of depth to them. Or possibly OLEDs.
Okay.
I haven't heard of the OLED burning the screen. I have a plasma
You've
at home
seen my
still.
screen. Do I have...
You have an LCD TV.
So it's fine.
Yeah,
I think so. I mean, it's a whole different technology.
Okay.
If anything's going to happen, you're going to burn out pixels, I would think.
Yeah.
But that'd take a lot of time.
yeah,
the pixel
LCD
life.
and LED don't have that image burned in.
Could be LED.
Yeah, I have a plasma at home. I've had it, jeepers, 12 years maybe. I've never had an issue with burning an image in the screen on our plasma. And sometimes we've had a screen paused for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Right.
What happens is we turn the TV off, let it sit for a little bit, turn it
the
back on.
old plasma thing.
Yeah, and it disappears. And that's it. I've never had an image burn in the screen. So, I mean, you'd have to be sitting for a long time to burn that image in.
Oh, yeah.
Right, because we use our TV. Like, it's that computer that we have that you know all about.
Right. You're thinking of the TV as a computer screen, so you think, oh, I need a screensaver.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
How many remember having Leisure Suit Larry embedded in the CRT TV computer screen? Anybody?
I don't think I had
CGA graphics. We're going back here, buddy.
I don't think I ever had Leisure Suit Larry.
Oh, you were a good boy.
Yeah. My first big game was Warcraft 3.
Okay.
Before that,
not quite the same genre, Jeff.
No, not quite.
Okay. Will, who now calls himself Bill at the end of the email, says, I enjoy the Category 5 videos from Bill Burlingham, in Huntsville, Alabama. Thank you, Bill.
Super
awesome.
cool, Bill.
Very, very
You
cool.
rock.
Enjoy your copy of Dead Effect 2 VR.
We're going to email you that as soon as our internet comes online.
And be prepared, now that I know you know lots of things, I shall contact you with all of my questions.
Okay.
Give Robbie a bit of a reprieve.
There you go.
Okay, so we've covered all of the housekeeping stuff. We've got some reviews to take a look at. But we gotta take a break. So we'll be right back.
For a limited time, get your hands on limited edition shirts from the Category 5 TV network. These high-quality shirts are manufactured by Teespring, a fundraising website, and your purchase will help support the shows we produce. Get yours today and send us your pictures to be featured on the corresponding show. Visit cat5.tv/shirts to support us and get your official network shirt today. cat5.tv/shirts.
Welcome back to Category 5 Technology TV. Jeff, you were a DJ for so many years. We've been through this before. How's your hearing?
Not so good.
Not as great? Not as great as it could be?
No.
We live in an amazing time when, hearing aids are quite expensive.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we're starting to see companies like Jabees who are coming out with amazing products. We've looked at Amp Sound and some of their other products where they take the Bluetooth earbud concept and turn them into a hearing apparatus that also assists with hearing impairment.
Yeah.
Right.
Typically they're just amplifiers.
Yeah.
It's not like they're, meant for tinnitus or anything like that.
Sure.
But still, they work quite effectively.
Yeah.
Did they require a doctor's visit?
No.
Do those ones require a doctor's visit and possibly thousands of
Yes.
dollars?
Yes. The hearing aids that I require, I had them costed out and I'd be at just under $5,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you've got to go for an annual maintenance and go
All
back to
that,
the
yeah.
oral specialist and everything else. Well, Jabees is we love this company. They do a fantastic product line, but they're taking it further.
Okay.
They've said, okay, we've had success with Amp Sound. We've shown that there is a market for a non-hearing aid hearing apparatus that assists with not deaf people, but people who are having trouble hearing and you want to be able to. So let's just make it better. Let's take that and let's improve upon it, the concept. And Jabees is always good at this.
Okay.
So tonight we're looking at B Hearing, and B Hearing is a 3-in-1 device. So this one is exciting. Not only is it going to assist with hearing, like it's going to amplify, boost your hearing. As you say, it's an amplifier, so it makes things louder, if you will. But it also includes a remote transmitter. We're going to look at that. But imagine a case where I'm on a date with my wife and I'm hard of hearing. I can put a remote transmitter on her lapel and I can hear her perfectly from across the table. So that's just one example. We're going to look at that.
Okay.
Isn't that awesome? Okay. That is something you don't see in hearing aids.
That's right.
That is definitely something.
It's also Bluetooth stereo headphones for listening to music, watching TV, that kind of stuff. And it can make and take calls through your smartphone. It's Bluetooth.
Perfect.
It's Bluetooth, right? So 3-in-1 device. Let's get a look at this thing.
Okay.
So first of all, let's just jump right into this box. I wanted to have this one kind of on display. We know Jabees is great with their cases.
That's
cases
true.
rock.
They actually are amazing.
Okay. Let's pop right in to this. I'm going to get a bit of a close-up shot for you. Okay, so this is the case for the Be Hearing. Let's get in. This is your gratuitous unboxing video of the new device from Jabees. Okay, so we've got a manual. We've got some various sized ear attachments. This is the Be Hearing device itself, which we're going to look at. But you notice there's a fair bit of accessories here, Jeff, which we don't often see with these kinds of devices. So here we've got, well, let's get first into, here we go. They have, you want to move my coffee? You're afraid that I'm going to spill it?
I am.
Okay. Jabees always includes some form of portable charging unit, Jeff.
Oh, is that what that is?
Sasha, you see this?
Yes.
So this fits in my pocket, and the battery just snaps right in here with a magnet.
Oh,
just goes right in. And anytime I need to charge my hearing apparatus, the Be Hearing, I just simply push the button.
Oh, look at that.
And it starts charging. So when I want to charge the charger, I just simply plug it into USB. It can be charging while I'm using the device, and then I carry that with me.
Beautiful.
Okay? Perfect for traveling or whatever else. Then we've got HearLink. That's what I wanted to show you here. This is cool. This is, I think, one of the things, Jeff, this takes it to the next level.
Okay.
Sasha, check this out.
This is great.
It has,
so you just, I would clip it here, and that's a little microphone.
You've got a lapel microphone. Okay.
Huh.
Now,
oh, it's got an
auxiliary input, and
for like headphones.
I'm gonna just I'm just gonna point it at him and see if he can understand what all this stuff means.
Receive and transmit.
Receive and transmit.
Okay.
Well, why would we want to do that? Why would we want to have a lapel clip that can receive or transmit? Okay, we know it's got auxiliary input.
Yeah.
We know it's got a built-in microphone.
Right.
So I'm sitting across the table from my date, and we're having a conversation. She's got this on here. I've got the Be Hearing on.
Right.
I can hear her through the microphone.
But she can't hear you.
Yeah, she can.
Yeah.
It also includes, Jeff, an extra set of earbuds.
No way.
So if we are both hard of hearing, or if you're both on a motorcycle.
Right.
Okay.
Or, you know, what other scenarios can you think of?
I was just at a concert on the weekend, so to have that and then the person sitting beside me to be able to talk to each other.
I don't really need to get into this part of the system itself too much. You can understand that. I can plug that in there and set this to receive mode.
Right.
Now, it becomes two-way communication between me and the person who's actually wearing Be Hearing.
Okay, so when it's in receive mode, it still is in transmit mode also.
Yeah, we're able to send and receive. Right?
Perfect.
Because it's using the built-in microphone to send.
Okay.
It's using the auxiliary to receive.
Right.
Now, I'm going to church on Sunday.
Yep.
Or I'm watching a movie at home on the weekend. It's got an auxiliary input, so now I can plug this into my TV. I can plug this into the soundboard. And now my Be Hearing device is able to receive the transmission from the HearLink. So now all of a sudden, it's become something that is connectable.
Yeah.
They say it's got about a 10-meter range. I set this up in here, and I walked outside. I left the studio, and I went out into the parking lot before I started losing any signal.
That's more than 10 meters.
It's more than 10 meters.
Walls.
And through like concrete walls, yeah. So that is awesome. Now let's get a look at Be Hearing. So this is the device itself. It's different than anything you've seen as far as hearing aids go, because it's not a hearing aid. This is so much more. I'm going to take the battery and just simply pop that in there.
Yep.
There you go. It's all magnets.
Okay, and so that just goes around your neck.
Yep, nothing clips. This is going to go around my neck. And you think, oh, that's kind of weird. That's different, right?
A little bit, but...
But, you know, I'm going to just kind of tuck that in a little bit.
Right.
And then,
So this has got the receiver, it's got Bluetooth, it's got the microphone, it's got connectivity, all that stuff, and then I've just got earbuds.
Right.
And they just look like any other earbuds, like I'm just listening to music or whatever else. There you go. Right?
That's awesome.
They just look like earbuds, and they're comfortable, they're good, they're metal.
Excellent. Cool. I like this.
I know that, like, my dad was hard of hearing, and he was embarrassed about the idea of wearing hearing aids.
You're right.
So he went the entirety of his life. He needed hearing aids, not the entirety of his life, but his adult life. He needed hearing aids. He would not wear them.
Right.
He would have worn those because they don't look like hearing aids.
They just look like
headphones.
Yeah, they look like headphones.
So that bridges that gap with people, I would
That's awesome.
say.
Very good. I'm going to get in here again. I want to show you how this works. So this is going to go around my neck, and we've got a couple of different things here. First of all, we've got Bluetooth pairing, and we've got a fast forward and rewind button for our device, but also this doubles as volume up and volume down. Then, here's something that keeps us from having to go to the doctor in order to get our hearing aids adjusted. Thing is that I may be hard of hearing in my left ear, but not in my right, Sasha. Right? So I don't want the amplification happening in my right ear, but I want it to happen in the left ear quite a bit more. So Jabees has thought of that, and they've included left and right volume knobs as well. So you set the main volume here, and then you can adjust left and right. I know it's hard to see. They're just very, very tiny little dials here, but you can manually adjust like that. It's going to do up to 125 decibel gain, so you've got a pretty significant gain on the audio, so the room noise, ambient noise. So I put this on like this with nothing else attached. I'm not going to worry about any other part of the device and just wear it as earbuds.
Right.
So it's just like a phone hearing, Bluetooth headset.
Right.
It has the inline microphone.
Oh, okay.
And the inline microphone actually doubles as the ambient room microphone for when I switch it to hearing mode.
Yep, makes sense.
So the amplification mode, so if I don't want the Bluetooth mode, I can switch on the hearing mode right over here.
Yep.
So we just, power is over here, and hearing is over here. I hear power on, and then amplification, and it's incredible. Wow.
Well, yeah.
It just all of a sudden, boom.
Jabees is rocked at doing the amplification.
Yeah, yeah. That's cool. That's almost trippy because I'm in the room with you. So that's cool. I don't have to do anything else to make that work, okay?
Incredible.
So now I can sync that to my phone.
Yep.
I can also pair it to this. That's what I meant by sync. I can pair it. I can pair it to my phone. I can pair it to this as well. The Hear Link. And so if we're having that conversation across the table, you and me, because it's a very romantic date.
Right.
And somebody rings my cell phone, it will automatically switch over to smartphone mode, allow me to take the call. Automatically.
Oh.
They're paired and connected to both devices at the same time.
Okay.
And then I'll take the call, and then once I'm done, it will switch right back over to the microphone or the aux input.
Okay.
So it's kind of a crash course on hearing. I wanted to show it to you. I wanted to tell you that this thing exists because it's really quite exceptional. The quality is very good. I mean, you've heard hearing aids, I'm sure. It's got like that amplification. It's got that kind of it's not like a digital sound. I wish I could let you hear it, but it brings up the audio, it brings up the treble. You don't get any feedback from them like you do with traditional hearing aids.
Right.
But it just enhances the entire room.
This would work in a situation in a school or a teaching auditorium for any student.
Put this on the teacher and give this to your student who has trouble hearing.
Exactly.
Or who's at the back of the room.
Yeah.
You know, if you've got a student who's having trouble, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay, what else do we got to cover with this? That's really it. It just works really great. I love it.
It's sharp. It comes in a nice case.
Ooh. Yeah. You kind of you've covered it all. Now,
just like that.
Is there an app?
No need. It's Bluetooth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's just a Bluetooth headset.
So, okay.
So I can...
Simple enough.
So... When I mentioned that there's a switch here for the amplification mode, so this is the amplification mode switch here. So if I turn that off, now I'm just in Bluetooth mode. So they operate just as if they're just a standard Jabees Bluetooth stereo headset. Mm-hmm. So listening to music, watching TV. And I mentioned watching TV, so plug this into your TV. It's got a headphone jack style input, and Jabees has in fact included the cable so that you can plug it into the headphone jack of your TV and then sit back wirelessly and be able to hear it much better. For older TVs, they've even included an RCA adapter.
Wow.
Yeah, so they've thought of it all. So this is going to work on your TV. What else can you... I mean...
Yeah.
I think it kind of speaks for itself, right? So
Speaks for itself, and we'll be able to hear it.
Loud and clear.
yeah, hearing aids are so expensive, and as Sasha mentioned, they're not. There's like a stigma with them, and
Yeah.
especially I think with young people.
That's
But I don't think only with young people, but certainly. I mean, think of if your kids have trouble hearing, or if you have trouble hearing.
Oh, absolutely.
These are going to work really, really well for you.
I am so happy with Jabees.
I love Jabees.
Oh.
Oh, and somebody will ask this. So you see these hanging down here?
Yeah.
You can adjust where it hangs down from.
Oh, okay.
So I can actually kind of put this behind my head by just
Oh, and how? Okay.
adjusting
Yes.
that. See that?
Right.
So then now it's going to hang right over by my ear.
Right.
Right. Do you know what the life is? Battery life?
Battery
for
life
use?
for the hearing aid portion is about 7 hours. You're
Yeah.
going to get close to that with music or
Right.
just standard like phone calls and things like that.
Okay.
But the hearing apparatus itself, the enhancement is 7 hours. But again, you carry the charger with you.
Yeah.
It also has USB connectivity, so if your charger is dead, you can plug this device directly into USB.
Oh.
And it's got a USB cable. Again, they thought of it all, so it's directly connected and you can charge it up in a couple of hours.
Love it.
That's super.
It's called Be Hearing from Jabees. It's brand new. Just head on over to cat5.tv/Be Hearing.
Love it.
You've got a cool device that we're going to be looking at as well.
Yes.
We've got to take a really quick break.
Okay.
A couple weeks ago, we were looking at a tablet type e-paper device that we could write on. One of the questions that we constantly get now, what if I want to save from it?
Yes.
Right.
We've got the answer for you in just a couple moments. Stick around.
Whether you shop on ThinkGeek, GearBest, B&H Photo Video, eBay, or Amazon, or even if you want a free trial of Audible, you'll find the best deals and support the shows we produce by simply visiting the shopping sites you already frequent by using the links on our website. Visit category5.tv/partners for the full and ever-growing list and help us create more free content like this show. Thank you for shopping with our partners, and thank you for watching.
Welcome back. This is Category 5 Technology TV. A couple weeks back, Sasha, you, me, Jeff, we were looking at e-paper.
Yes.
If you're interested in it, go to cat5.tv/epaper. The one that we looked at was suited to our needs. We just want to do away with paper on our desk for those quick one-off notes that we just need to take and then wipe.
Right, exactly. Just the stuff that I literally would just write and shred, write and
Exactly.
shred. Yes.
Yeah, and that's me. I've done away with the paper on my desk at work.
Yeah.
People like Jeff, however, and some people in the chat room, we had this discussion. I really need to be able to save my notes.
That's right. Because I go through a ton of paper. I have, a whole whack of different clients that I deal with. I've got books for each one of notes and all that kind of stuff. I couldn't tell you how many thousands and thousands and thousands of pieces of paper I go through, on a yearly basis.
Right.
And so I wanted something that allowed me to save. Now, I do know with the type of devices that we were looking at a couple of weeks ago, you can take a picture on your phone using something like...
if you needed to.
Yeah, Evernote or something, and it can convert it to a PDF. But I'm like, I don't want to go through that work because then it's, oh, hold on, just play.
Right.
It's not worth it. So I wanted something that was quick and easy. So I did some research, and I ran across this, the Boogie Board.
The Boogie Board.
Now, Boogie Boards have the e-paper devices in different sizes and whatnot, like we were talking about, where you just hit the button and it erases. But they have a Boogie Board Sync, which is this device. It's a 9.7 inch, and it has Bluetooth connectivity.
Oh, fantastic.
As well, I can use a USB cable to connect to my computer. So I can upload the files either through Bluetooth, or I can do it through the sync cable.
Okay.
So it's a really simple device. All in all, 3 buttons. You have the power button, and then you have save and erase. That's it. There's a built-in hard drive in this, so that as you finish a piece of paper, you hit save, then it'll flash a couple times, you know it's saved, you hit erase, and then you keep going.
Oh, fantastic.
So like the meeting I was in today, I had 11 pages of notes. I'm just writing away, fill the page, hit save, off you go, and then
unreal.
Erase it, and then just keep going.
Now with Bluetooth connectivity, can you then say send it to the other people in the meeting right then and there? Or?
I could. So because I was connected to my device, it uploads to my phone automatically.
Nice.
So at that point, I could be like, hold on, let me send that to you. And then I can email it to them if I want. Or if their device connects to it, they would have access to it as well.
Right.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. So I'll give you, just kind of show you how it works.
Okay.
It's really
Let's get right in there as well.
Yeah, really
There you
quite
go.
easy. So it just like the device that you showed last time, it's a simple screen. So, hi, world, I'm doing this upside down.
There's no
Can't
judgment
see.
here. Judgment free.
I'm judging.
There you go. That's not bad for not being able to see the screen and looking at a monitor in reverse. So that's high world. So if I don't like that, I'm like, I made a mistake. I just hit the erase button, and it's gone.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Just
So-
like the ones that we have.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, bye. So this is the one I want to save.
Oh, for sure.
So you'll
It's
see
art.
the indicator. So this is the green flashing light that will tell you that it's saving. And then there's my flashing blue, which means it's connected to my phone. So I want to show you if you can throw, we're going to throw my phone up on the screen.
Okay.
I'll
Sure.
show this to you. So there's
You're going to need to move over there, though.
Oh, there we go. Ah! So that is the app there you can download. It's called Sync from Boogie Board.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to open it up. Now, if I hit the save button, and I'm going to show you on the, so I'm hitting save now. See how the green light's flashing?
Yes.
Then the blue starts flashing. You're going to see under new pages on my phone, one page. It just showed
No
up.
way.
There it is.
That is too cool, Jeff.
Wowzers.
Simple, easy, like instantaneous. And then from there, I have the ability to save it as an image, a PDF, a video. Why I'd want to save it as a video, I don't know. I haven't bothered figuring that one out. One of the other things is I can also do live notes. Like I'm typing
No
on my
way.
Boogie Board, I could do a live right there on the screen.
Okay, I'm in love.
And with connecting this to my computer as well, if I'm, say, doing a presentation at work and I've got my computer up on the screen,
Yeah.
I can have the cable connected from the Boogie Board into the laptop, and then I'm going, okay, and so then you want to go here,
Yeah, like
then you
for
want to
now
tackle
it's a
the guy
presentation
here,
device as
throw it
well.
over here, and then make a shot there into the end zone.
Right.
And that's it. And then when I'm done, I hit erase, and it's gone.
Sweet.
Like, it's absolutely
Gadget.
beautiful.
Wow.
I love this device. I love it. There's nothing bad I can say about it. And then from there, if I want, I can delete that. I can move it to a different folder. I can rename it to something. So I'm just going to delete it. I don't need it. It's gone. It's off my device. That's
It
it.
is.
Beautiful.
So, yeah. And if you have multiple pages, so like here's my notes from today. You can see it.
Oh, and it
like,
puts it all on.
yeah, it's all organized into one device, and so those are my notes. So there's 10 different pages. I can open up each one, see them, zoom in. It's all PDF, and then I email it to myself, and poof, I got my notes.
Beautiful.
So yeah,
Jeff, where can we buy it? And I can't switch. Oh, there we go.
There.
I'm trying to switch the camera, and it wouldn't work.
Okay, so you can get it at cat5.tv/boogie.
Boogie.
BOOGIE. Not quite.
Not boogie.
Not quite. But it's an absolutely
I love it.
stunning device.
That is like fantastic.
Absolutely,
not
the
a
next
bad
the
thing I
next
can
level
say
of
about it.
e-paper right there.
I'm
Yeah.
happy with my e-paper
Me
device.
too.
Like it
Absolutely.
really works very, very well.
Right.
I can see that I would also be happy with a Boogie Board.
So, like this showed up in the mail yesterday at the
Yeah.
office.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's so exciting. So today I got to use it for the first time. I'm in the meeting, and everybody's going, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm typing I'm just writing out all my notes. And they're like, yeah, but what do you do with it? I'm like, oh, it's all right here on my phone. They're like, are you serious? So there's an entire row of people from
Yeah.
the business I'm dealing with on the other side, and they're all going, I want one of those.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then I go back up to my office, and I'm like, hey, you know how you have in our negotiations, we can have stacks of paper of
Sure.
notes. And I'm like, guys, check this out. And so a few of them are like, how much is that? Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm getting that.
Now send them over to cat5.tv/boogie.
Yeah.
Right.
And a portion of the sale goes to supporting Category 5 TV. How do you like that? Sweet.
So that's your option if you want the e-paper that does the connectivity and saves it.
I love it.
Thanks for going on out and finding that.
No problem. It was my pleasure.
Thanks, Jeff. All right, Sasha, your chance to take over the show for just a little bit.
Excellent. My turn.
If my camera switcher's working.
Oh, nice.
How do you like that?
It may or may not last through the...
It depends on the positioning of the moon, or
Right.
maybe I got to be a little closer to the server. There we go.
Here's what's coming up in the Category 5.tv newsroom. The inventor of a sophisticated compression technique fights back as Google tries to patent his work. Urban robots have been rolled out in both Dubai and China. A couple who admitted to stealing more than $1.2 million worth of goods from Amazon has been sentenced to nearly 6 years in jail. And a software bug meant millions of Facebook users may have unknowingly posted private information to the public. Stick around. The full details are coming up later in the show.
Jeff Weston,
Yeah, man.
you're building a brand new, beautiful website,
What?
aren't you?
No. Am I?
Oh, you're a terrible actor.
What?
This is where acting comes into play.
Oh, I didn't know we were acting.
You're supposed to act.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
Yeah, I'm building a really cool website. Are you building a really cool website?
Just because Jeff is confused doesn't mean you have to be. Visit cat5.tv/dreamhost to sign up for unlimited web hosting for your website with unlimited email accounts, MySQL databases, the latest version of PHP, WordPress, and more, and even a free domain name registration. It's less than $6 per month, so sign up today. cat5.tv/dreamhost.
This is the Category 5.tv newsroom, covering the week's top tech stories with a slight Linux bias.
I'm Sasha Rickman, and here are the top stories we're following this week. The inventor of a sophisticated compression technique is fighting back as Google tries to patent his open source work. When Jarek Duda invented an important new compression technique called asymmetric numeral systems, or ANS, a few years ago, he wanted to make sure it would be available for anyone to use. So instead of seeking patents on the technique, he dedicated it to the public domain. Since 2014, Facebook, Apple, and Google have all created software based on Duda's breakthrough. But now Google is seeking a patent that would give it broad rights over the use of ANS for video compression. And Duda, a computer scientist in Poland, isn't happy about it. Google denies that it's trying to patent Duda's work. A Google spokesperson says that Duda came up with a theoretical concept that isn't directly patentable, while Google's lawyers are seeking to patent a specific application of that theory that reflects additional work by Google's engineers. But Duda says that he suggested the exact technique Google is trying to patent in a 2014 email exchange with Google engineers, a view largely endorsed by a preliminary ruling in February by European patent authorities. The European case isn't over, though, and Google is also seeking a patent in the United States. So we are...
You're the legal guy. Like, how do you feel about this?
Well, I mean, I don't deal in patent law, but just on the surface of this guy's got a great case. The fact that he shared the idea with Google, that he put out software, and then Google is using it with some of their enhancements, and they're trying to patent the whole thing.
Can you imagine?
Like, you know, I mean, so you've done NEMS.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
It'd be like somebody going, ooh, I like the idea of NEMS, but I want to do NEMS with some flair to it. And then
NEMS already has flair, Jeff.
No, I understand that, but, you know, and then they patent it, and you're like, really? This
No,
was
you
my
can't.
thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I don't know how the UK rules work, like the European rules as far as patents go, but as far as court of public opinion, I would 100% side with this guy.
Right.
Absolutely.
He needs to win this because of the Microsoft buying BitTorrent.
GitHub.
Or GitHub.
And
sorry.
this
GitHub.
totally brings that to mind.
So he needs to win that so that people who have contributed to GitHub can also fight if the Microsoft situation tries to patent
This is
those
the fear,
ideas.
right? Microsoft aggregating
And
the
I did make
content.
that comment when that story came out.
Right.
I mean, this is a different scenario, but it's not unlike the details of this.
Right.
And so I hope he wins, and I hope that actually at the end of the day, I would love to see a settlement where Google's able to use the software or the compression technology. He gets credit and he gets royalties off every time it's used.
I like the way you think.
That way,
Right.
Google can do with it what they want, but he gets a kick of the money that will continue to provide income for him for now and the rest of his life. That to me would be a win-win scenario.
Sure.
Google gets what they want,
And it supports the whole premise of open source. Like,
Right.
It
here
does.
we're paying into open source.
Well, so and you with NIMS, you deal with open source. Imagine if you went up in a legal case up against Google.
Oh, I'd be done.
Their lawyers would bury you financially in preliminary objections and all this kind of stuff. And no doubt that's what Google's probably going to do here.
Yeah.
So I hope he settles, gets some royalties out of it, gets his
Right.
name on it, and then off he goes. That would be best case scenario.
All right, thank you. Both Dubai and China have rolled out urban robots. It's a terrifying vision of the future. A robot police officer with dark eyes and no discernible mouth that can identify criminals and collect evidence. The RoboCop, complete with a police hat that to give it that eerie, uncanny valley feel, was shown off in Dubai last June. But since then, what has it done? PAL Robotics, the company behind the robot, shed some light on its duties, which makes the robot seem more like a tourist guide than a police officer. This robot joined the Dubai police to help citizens in an innovative and engaging way, and it is located now in tourist attractions and shopping malls. While describing the robot as a means of citizens to contact police, the company points out its current capabilities. The robot can provide useful information in multiple languages thanks to its software and can also guide people to a requested point of interest. The robot is a part of a wider move to make the region's police services smarter, which will include many more computer-controlled, unstaffed police stations. The Dubai government wants robot police to make up 25% of the force by 2030.
I don't like this.
You don't like it?
I don't like this.
You know what
Pepper
I have
robot
to say?
guiding me?
Here's what I have to say about this. I also don't like it.
Oh, yeah!
I know.
When have you ever agreed on anything
Just now.
that has to do with robots?
And here's why.
Now, the
Okay.
reasoning will be completely different.
Right. I am pro-robot, like all the way. But when do you need the police? You need the police in times of emergency. And in times of emergency, what if there's a power outage? Or what if there's some sort of crash technologically? And if 25% of the police force, or perhaps more by then, is a fried robot or a bugged robot, where do people go for help? They don't have a person to help them.
One, robots can see in the dark, so power outages don't affect them.
Okay,
Human police officers cannot see in the dark.
that's true.
Two, robots are omnipresent. Police officers are not. They can put robots everywhere.
Yes.
They don't get tired. They don't take a salary. They don't
Yes.
need to eat. They don't need to take a smoke break or a pee break.
Right.
And they can then call on that police officer, the human police officer, and bring them to the scene should they be required.
Right. So I do like the idea in regular policing. I don't like the idea in like a tragic occurrence where all of a sudden we actually need real help and all we have is robots. And what if they are part of the problem?
That's
what
like
if
saying,
there's
though, I need a police officer, but all we have is mall cops.
I see what you're saying.
No offense to mall cops, but
Right.
it's similar kind of scenario. Like, I don't carry a gun. I don't carry a weapon of any sort. I have no
Right.
power. I have no jurisdiction beyond I can say you're not allowed to leave the mall. But if you choose to, you can, because I really can't tackle you or anything like that legally.
Right. I mean, this is really actually no different than like the CCTVs.
I'm thinking Canada. It might be different in the United States. They're all carrying guns. They're
Because
able to tackle. Sure.
I know that in countries that have like a lot of CCTVs, like I'm
Yeah.
thinking like the UK has a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is similar to that in that it's probably just a robot that's recording things that probably gets fed back to hopefully a person watching.
There we go.
What?
Big Brother?
That's my issue.
Oh, you don't like the privacy thing.
The Big Brother effect. That's what I don't like about this.
But it's already happening.
Okay, so first off, I want to go back to something that, like, the two of you were just debating on robots being able to save the day. R2-D2. Mic drop. Okay, so, but as far as the privacy concern, sorry.
Now I want them to look like R2-D2.
I know.
I hope they
absolutely
do,
do.
actually. Then I'll love them all the time, even in an emergency.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Who
But
would
no,
ever do crime if there's a R2-D2 walking around?
I know,
Watching.
rolling around. Let's be clear.
Well,
He doesn't walk.
You know what I
there's
mean.
the one scene where,
Yeah.
but anyway, I can't believe I just did that. Anyway, no, my issue here is privacy. So it's one thing to have a walking kind of humanoid type directional map device that says, go here. I mean, you can just do a sign and it'll do the same thing that you could talk to it. What I don't like about it is the fact that this will have connectivity to the police station, which makes it sound like I'm going down, you know, oh, we want to be able to commit crimes. That's not the case. But if you don't have proper regulations and oversight on how the data that is collected by that robot is used and stored, you could be Joe Blow citizen on the street,
Right.
and there's the potential that anything you do could suddenly show up and burn you. Like maybe it's sitting there helping somebody out and you happen to jaywalk. Not a big deal to jaywalk, but if the video feed of it goes back to the police station, catches you on, next thing you know, you got a ticket showing up at your door by a robot delivery bot, and then he goes off to do his pizza, and you got a ticket for jaywalking. I realize this is kind of like a far-fetched example, but
what kind of dystopian universe do you live in, Jeff?
no, this is the potential we have to go. Look at the issues we've had with Facebook
But
and releasing all
how
that
great
data.
would it be if
Flip it.
if you drove past these robo cops and they could tell if you were texting and driving? That's perfect. That's life-saving.
Sure.
At the end of the day, let's be clear. Your phone can tell you if you're texting and driving.
But you have to
It
have a
should.
police officer catch you.
But they could change the rules so that your phone automatically tickets you.
Wouldn't that
I'm
be
back
cool?
to- I'm back
oh,
to
now I'm like
disagree.
totally on phones.
Yeah, I know,
I'm like,
but-
it's got a GPS chip. If you're traveling more than 10 kilometers an hour and texting, it should set off an alarm.
Sure.
It should turn off its own screen.
Sure, yeah. But my whole issue with this
It
is
should
the,
text
is the,
your mother.
is the
Tell your
privacy
mother what
concern
you're
that
doing.
comes with it. And what, I mean, you
Okay,
know that
but
somebody's
flip
gonna-
that, Jeff. What if the robot, rather than giving information, and it will,
Yeah.
rather than giving information to the police, was able to access the police database and
Right.
utilize it? So now that robot is able to spot a criminal that no human has been able to track down.
Like Amber Alerts.
Okay, but
It would
now
be super
another
helpful
great
in
example.
Amber
with
Alerts.
that, it's now tracking every person's face.
It
But
already.
already that happens.
understand that.
It
We
already
can't
happens.
stop it, Jeff.
But that's my concern. I'm not saying we could stop it. I'm just saying that's my
See,
concern.
I like all of the things that are your concern. My concern is that we're going to rely too heavily on them, and then they're going to fail us.
But it's one thing to have this as a tool. It's another thing when it becomes abused, and that's my concern, is that it has the potential to be abused if there's not proper regulatory oversight.
Right.
Technology is a wonderful thing. I like robots. I don't want them to go dealing with grandma's recipes in the kitchen, but there needs to be proper regulatory oversight before we lose all individuality and having your own freedom and privacy.
Your
I'll
thoughts?
I'll let Jeff have the last word on this one because we're moving to another story. A couple who admitted to stealing more than $1.2 million worth of goods from Amazon has been sentenced to nearly 6 years in jail. Aaron and Leah Finnan had previously pled guilty to charges of postal fraud and money laundering, and we spoke about them back on episode 525 last October. Here's an updated warning to anyone who thinks that they can scam Amazon. The couple exploited Amazon's customer service policy by claiming electronics that they ordered were damaged and receiving replacements at no charge. Prosecutors said that the sentence should serve as a warning to others. U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Indiana, Josh Minkler, said consumer fraud is not only unjustly enriching the perpetrator, it causes all of us to pay a higher retail price. He then reminds people, to those who seek to exploit the convenience of online shopping through fraud, remember this case. You will be caught, you will be prosecuted, and you will go to federal prison for a long time. And then, we presume, he dropped his mic and walked off the stage. The couple used hundreds of fake identities to order gadgets from Amazon, then reported fake issues with the devices that led to replacements being sent out, which they sold on for profit. They were due to be sentenced last November, but it was delayed after they were accused of defrauding yet another internet retailer. So,
Whoops.
yep, don't do it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't in any way condone their action, but I have been bothered by this because it's a policy of Amazon.
What is?
Not all products have to be returned. So
Okay.
our dog had.
So you just expect people are going to exploit that because?
No, but you're making it too easy. So I purchased something off Amazon for our dog. We're trying a natural homeopathic remedy to address a health issue. And what I bought, I think it was about a $60 bottle of oil.
Okay.
And Amazon sent the wrong one.
Okay.
Oh.
But it came from the warehouse just down the road in Mississauga. Like it's an hour drive from my house. But when it showed up, it was the wrong device, or not device, but it was the wrong product within the same product line, but the wrong one. So I contacted them and said, "You sent me the wrong one. I can ship this back." And they said, "Don't worry." And the advice that they gave me from the agent was, "Just pour it out. We'll send you a new one." I was happy to put it back in the mail and ship it to them because it's a $60 item. But for
Yeah.
Amazon, they didn't care. And I'm thinking, I work not far from you. I can even drop it off at your warehouse.
That's
no,
a
just
tough
pour it
call,
out.
though.
Right.
The fact that that was their policy and that was their response.
The reason for
It makes
that
it
is
easy.
just that they would have to pay to get it picked up, brought back, and then they would have to pour it
Yeah.
out, right? So it's a cost
That's
to
the
them.
thing. They can't resell
Right.
a
But
They
liquid.
could have. It still had that seal on
You
it.
know that.
You know that. You
No,
could
no,
have
it was,
put...
it was wrapped in like that plastic shrink wrap,
Right.
where
Right.
it's got
But
like
you
the
could have-
perforated edges, so you could see that it wasn't used.
You could have tampered with that. You really could have.
I guess. But
If you were a
ever
bad
since-
person, which you're not.
So you're accusing Amazon. I'm going to take it back to Tylenol in the 1980s.
Okay.
Like people tampering with packaging has changed a lot of the rules.
Sure.
And a company like Amazon needs to make sure that
Right.
customers are satisfied. And if you went through a frustrating process to get the right product, you're never going to return. And sometimes Amazon and any good business will take the cost of business as, okay, the customer's always right. That's what you hear, right?
Right.
So if a customer is upset about something, and in my case, I do service. So the worst case scenario is I've done a lot of hours worth of work and I've billed a customer and they don't want to pay for it. Customer's always right. I can fight it, or I can keep
Just
them,
suck it up and move on.
yeah,
keep them happy. So
Yeah.
that
So
they'll pay
there's
for
a
the
real
next
fine
time.
line.
Absolutely.
know.
And I mean, in this case, 100% they were wrong. It was fraudulent.
Sure.
Yes.
But,
Yes,
but there's
yeah.
there's a part of the policy that they exploited, and I think if Amazon just closed that loophole,
Yeah.
this
I'm
wouldn't have been as big of an issue.
shocked that Amazon doesn't ask for picture evidence, because I used to have a phone
Sure.
case that
Right.
was lifetime warranty.
Yep.
I've changed phones since, so I don't have it, but it ended up with a defect on it, and I called them because it was lifetime warranty, and they said, take a picture of it, send it to us, and we'll send you a new one.
Right. That makes sense.
Right.
Prove that it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Fitbit
I
does
can't
the
even,
same thing.
I can't even log into Facebook because I
Right.
send them a
That's right.
picture.
Right.
Yeah. So
That's
So-
rough.
But you know what? It really just, it hurts everybody to
Sure it
defraud the system like that. And you
Yeah.
feel like you are not stealing from anyone when you're stealing, I guess, from the computer, but you are. Everybody pays higher prices. There are real companies that put their products to Amazon. They're losing out. Everybody, yeah.
Now they're going to use delivery robots so that if you try to
That
defraud them, they can shoot you in the face.
I think
With a
that they
RoboCop.
shouldn't shoot you in the face. Maybe with a picture. They should take a picture of your
There you go.
face.
And send it back to the grid.
See?
we just looped all those stories in.
How do we do it? How do we do it?
A software bug meant millions of Facebook users may have unknowingly. I don't have a clue. what that said.
Posted.
Unknowingly posted private information to the public. The glitch set on a user's post to be shared to everyone, even if a user had previously chosen a more restricted option, such as friends of friends. Users who may have been affected will be notified on the site's newsfeed. Here's what Aaron Egan, Facebook's head of privacy, said. To be clear, this bug did not impact anything people had posted before, and they could still choose their audience just as they always have. We'd like to apologize for this mistake. The glitch was active between May 18th and 22nd, but it took the site until May 27th to switch posts back to private or whatever the user had typically used before the bug became apparent. While relatively minor compared to recent issues facing the company, the glitch is another embarrassing slip-up for a firm already under heavy fire over privacy concerns.
That is troublesome because I use those features just to make sure that my public persona is separate from my personal persona in communicating with friends and family that are in person. So if I post things about my kids, or if they do a concert and I'm putting pictures up of them at their school, those are things that I wouldn't want to be publicly accessible.
Right, absolutely.
But yet I would post on Facebook knowing that they are in the public, but at least I've got them set so that only my mom can see them.
Right, exactly. And I mean, if you work in any sort of law enforcement field, you'll know that a lot of the employees will have super secure profiles because they don't want their, clients to be able to look them up. So you could have a 4-day window here where all of their public information is out there. And I mean, from a personal example, I've experienced this. I used to be a correctional officer working at a jail. I had my site locked down super tight, and I didn't realize that Facebook at the time, I don't know if they still do, had a thing where when they update the privacy policy, everything goes back to public access. And I had one of our clients contact me after being released, and the message was, "You have a beautiful family."
And by client, you mean prison inmate?
Yes, somebody who had served their time that did not like me. So that right there sets off red flags. I'm going, okay, now I need to talk about, physical safety for my family. Like, police were involved in everything, but
at least this made you move to Barrie, and so then you can be on our show.
Nothing happened. It was great.
Exactly.
Changed your name, and
That's right. I mean, the
dyed your hair
program.
Yeah, no, he's not actually a redhead. Did you know that?
That's right. I'm not actually here. Believe it or not.
Ooh. Telepresence.
But in a situation like this where there's been a big screw up, if you have somebody who's got a lockdown profile where all of a sudden this information is out there, you could have a potential security breach.
Oh, yes.
It's true. You have to just always remember that if it's online, it's likely not private.
Well, that is true.
Big thanks to Roy W. Nash and our community of viewers for submitting stories to us this week. Thanks for watching the Category 5.tv newsroom. Don't forget to like and subscribe for all your tech news with a slight Linux bias. And for more free content, be sure to check out our website. From the Category 5.tv newsroom, I'm Sasha Rickman.
I'm Robbie.
I'm Jeff.
It's been great having you here this week. Folks, don't forget to head on over to Patreon, cat5.tv/Patreon, and see if you'd like to support this broadcast and what we do. We'd love to have you as one of our patrons. Oh, and there are perks.
We would. There are perks.
Yes.
We'll see you next week. Have a good one.
Bye.